Flacco and his new team, the Denver Broncos, as they match up with the great Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos head out for their first drive, and at the controls in his first season in the Mile High City, a former Super Bowl champion in Joe Flacco. And in Baltimore, they drafted Lamar Jackson. Eventually, he would take over for Flacco week 10 a season ago. So Flacco out. Well, the Broncos said, we still think he has some time left in his career. They bring him in for some stability at quarterback, something that they really haven't had in Denver since the departure of Peyton Manning after their victory in Super Bowl 50. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, partner, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. The offensive starters now for the Broncos.
And the big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs, because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Flacco, and he whips that one incomplete there. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. Here's Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. The numbers for Jones last week, 21 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The third year back from BYU, Jamal Williams with a carry. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Blue 58. 47. 3 bucks.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now a first down carry by Jones. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. That second down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Denver.
This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman.
An eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
A break from the ground game here. Flacco, man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Flacco. He's got Jake Butt as tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 9 catches, 77 yards, and a touchdown.
And most teams mark down big plays as ones that gain 10 yards or more. He certainly has big playability, and we just saw it on display.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Flacco leaves to Lindsey on the draw. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. 3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So he gets an early chance to redeem himself, and he's able to put that one through.
And how happy is he? He's able to get that second chance so quickly after the first miss. Gets his confidence back up, and who knows, they may need him for an even bigger kick later in the game.
Let's go!
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. 22 yards there, a first down. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. This complete to Jones. It'll be a gain of 4. And it'll be 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
At their 49-yard line.
Williams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36.
At the 36-yard line.
Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Now a play fake. Rodgers looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Equanimous St. Brown, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And there's also a flag down. And it's in the area of holding. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 12 yards is the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Crosby with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the result, a Green Bay score. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. On second down, it's Lindsey, and they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Joe Flacco.
Doesn't take any great analysis on my part. It's been pretty obvious. Last couple of plays, these guys have been going in the wrong direction.
Offensive line overwhelmed on those plays. Now, I think it's safe to say going to the air here on 3rd. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Rodgers now to throw. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. The Packers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Flacco. That's complete to Jake Butt. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
1st down, Broncos.
On 1st down, Flacco. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 35. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They'll throw out wide, complete to Sanders. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Flacco. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Offense.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
He probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the 1st down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And as we look at his highlights, you know, sometimes I've asked you schematically, how do you stop one player? Well, how do you stop a tight end like this without opening up other holes, partner?
You show your basic defenses, whether you're playing the 3-deep zone, the 2-deep zone, but you have your variations underneath it. So sometimes instead of the safety staying deep, the safety will drop down. A sky coverage, they call that. Sometimes the corner's responsible. You get a little, what they call a cloud, someone coming underneath. Sometimes the linebacker shows the ability to rush the passer and instead drops down and tries to get underneath the tight end as he tries to run routes. So many different things you can do from basic sets.
Trying to prevent those highlights we saw. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. 3rd down, Flacco from the gun. Complete out right to Jake Butt. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Here we go.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Packers first down.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
After the sack on first down, Rodgers will give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That's to his running back, complete. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. A pass there complete to Sutton, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A throw taken in by Hamilton, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Here's Flacco. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Flacco. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Flacco, and that will be incomplete. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And able to find Graham, complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Here we go, here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season. And he was plus 5 seconds there with a football. Is there a time that a quarterback has to get rid of it?
Somewhere generally around 3 seconds. So just like we're playing in our turkey bowl, right, in our backyards, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, that ball better be gone because anything past that, that's usually the end result.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. Bandit. Bandit.
To throw on 3rd down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Jimmy Graham. Incomplete.
Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football. And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. And an alley to run. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38.
At the 38-yard line.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They get Elton Jenkins, the 2nd rounder from Mississippi State. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw, it's Rodgers. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Out of the pistol, here's Williams.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. The former first-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again, Rodgers. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Derek Wolfe picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will swell the lead to 16. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Flacco. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it indeed. Here come the flags.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
The tackle made by Blake Martinez. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Flacco. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 21.
First down, Broncos.
Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Flacco. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And, Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. He's got Jake Butt as tight end. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 20. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. In for the score. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. extra point try now for Crosby. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Flacco. The Sanders has got it complete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Flacco from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So here are the Packers now to take over. They've got the lead right now in this contest, and they're coming off that victory a week ago against the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. His throw incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Throwing again. And Graham's got it. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st. Rodgers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the delay, Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, he sets up the screen to Jones. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Rodgers going to throw. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's Lindsey. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Three quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Broncos on third down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Passing play. Flacco. Open man here is Hamilton. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Flacco now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Flacco looks to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Broncos on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They're going to look to throw on 4th with Flacco. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. To throw is Rodgers. Operating from the gun. Got a man, that's Allison. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They'll try to run it in with Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. A pass there complete to Sutton. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Throwing here on first down, Flacco. He'll find Lindsey here. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Flacco. That's complete to Jake Butt. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Flacco. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. That's on the rookie Dalton Reisner. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Once more, it's Flacco. He's got the hook up to Andre Holmes. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Flacco will come to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Flacco's throw there complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Flacco will take to the air again. Open man is Winfrey. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll run with Lindsey. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They run the counter. Freeman. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, you know, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It's a big play there for the Broncos. 44 yards. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. The 6th season in Denver now for Emmanuel Sanders after those 4 years in Pittsburgh. And you may recall Sanders tore his Achilles December 5th last year in practice. But before the injury, he was on his way to another 1,000-yard season. Would have been his 4th in his first 5 years in a Bronco uniform. And now at 32 years of age as he tries to return to full speed. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to get it to Andre Holmes that time. But now it'll be 3rd down. 3rd and long for Joe Flacco. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And Adams has it, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game, and privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching, and he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right?
Offense.
In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. And a nice gain at 21 yards. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Setting up to throw, Flacco. And he slings one that's incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To pass, Flacco. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
That is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Rodgers looking to throw. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab.
Rodgers pass.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
On third down, here's Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now it's Flacco. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Flacco looks to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Packers, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another home date next week.